The Lakers had questions swirling about how they would build around Luka Dončić after committing to him as their franchise cornerstone. For years, the roster has struggled with consistency, depth, and a glaring weakness at the center position, leaving fans frustrated with wasted opportunities. This summer, however, feels different. Luka's stunning transformation, a leaner, sharper, and more dominant version of himself, sets the tone for what could be a turning point in Lakers history. To complement that, the front office made moves that were less about flash and more about filling critical needs. The additions of Deandre Ayton, Marcus Smart, and Jake LaRavia provide balance, toughness, and versatility, while Luka's extension signals stability at the top. After years of patchwork rosters, the Lakers finally look like they're piecing together a complete team. With a new identity forming, expectations have never been higher heading into the 2025-26 season. Luka Dončić kicked off this offseason with a clear commitment to his conditioning, and the results are impossible to ignore. He looks slimmer, stronger, and much more mobile, which is translated into sharper performances in international play. His scoring has been explosive, consistently topping 30 points per game, but what stands out is how fresh he looks late in contests. The endurance issues that once held him back seem far less noticeable now. Luka is moving better defensively, cutting down on lazy rotations, and making life tougher for opponents who used to exploit his conditioning. Offensively, his improved stamina allows him to push pace, attack mismatches more aggressively, and control games for longer stretches. That's not just a cosmetic change in appearance, it's the start of a new phase of his career. For the Lakers, it raises the ceiling of their entire team, as a fitter Luka means their superstar can lead with consistency all season long. For years, the Lakers have lacked a true anchor at the center position, and Deandre Ayton's arrival addresses that glaring hole. Ayton brings size, rebounding, and interior defense that have been missing from this roster. His offensive game is polished enough to finish around the rim, while also being capable of stepping out for mid-range jumpers. The Lakers can finally run reliable pick-and-roll actions with Luka feeding Ayton, creating balance between perimeter and interior scoring. His rebounding presence ensures second-chance opportunities and limits opponents' offensive rebounding. Defensively, Ayton adds rim protection and the ability to guard straight up in the post, giving the Lakers more flexibility in defensive schemes. His consistency has been questioned in the past, but being in a new environment alongside proven leaders could be the spark he needs. For the Lakers, Ayton could be the difference between a solid team and a contender. Marcus Smart's addition won't dominate headlines like a superstar signing, but his value to a team like the Lakers is immense. He brings a defensive edge and leadership presence that few players in the league can replicate. The former DPOY's ability to disrupt ball handlers and make hustle plays is going to be crucial in playoff games when margins are razor thin. Offensively, his passing and occasional timely scoring are bonuses that fit nicely into a roster led by Luka and LeBron. Just as important is his influence in the locker room, where he can hold teammates accountable and maintain focus during tough stretches. Injuries have been a concern, but when healthy, Smart's a glue guy every contender craves. For the Lakers, he provides the grit and veteran savvy they've been missing. Jake LaRavia is the kind of signing that could quietly pay big dividends. He's still young and developing, but his combination of size, defensive instincts, and shooting potential gives the Lakers a useful piece of depth here. LaRavia is capable of guarding wings and forwards, which is essential in today's switch-heavy NBA. Offensively, he can stretch the floor with spot-up threes, cut into open spaces, and move well without the ball. The Lakers won't rely on him to create, but his ability to fit within the flow of the offense will be valuable. For a team often criticized for lacking depth, LaRavia provides a body who can give quality minutes without disrupting spacing. If he continues to grow, he could become one of those under-the-radar contributors who makes big plays in critical moments. In the short term, he helps balance the roster and adds energy off the pine. The way the Lakers structured this offseason speaks to their calculated approach. They didn't just chase stars recklessly, they built around Luka by filling specific needs with reasonable deals. Ayton gives them a long-term center, Smart provides defensive toughness, and LaRavia adds youthful depth. These moves are not about flash, but about balance, which has often been lacking in recent years. They also preserved flexibility by avoiding overly long or inflated contracts that could hurt them down the road. The front office clearly prioritized win-now moves, signaling that the window is open with Luka in his prime and LeBron still productive. It's a mix of short-term urgency and long-term planning that makes this offseason one of the more disciplined in recent memory. If it all comes together, the Lakers could look like one of the most complete teams in the league. Even with a successful offseason, there are still challenges that the Lakers must address. Managing rotations is going to be key, as multiple players will demand touches and minutes. Luka, LeBron, Ayton, and Smart all bring unique skill sets, but fitting them together without stepping on each other's roles is a test for the coaching staff. Health is another major factor, particularly with veterans like Smart and Ayton, who've dealt with durability issues. Spacing will also be tested. While Ayton provides inside presence, the perimeter shooting around Luka and LeBron must be reliable. The bench's consistency is another concern, as they'll need steady contributions to avoid losing momentum. If the Lakers' new pieces mesh, they could climb to the top of the Western Conference standings. Luka's improved conditioning sets the tone for the entire roster, ensuring their superstar can carry them consistently. Ayton gives them a reliable inside presence, changing how they compete against teams with dominant big men. Smart provides defense and leadership, while LaRavia boosts their depth on the wing. Together, this gives the Lakers a balanced team with multiple ways to win. Offensively, they have creators and finishers. Defensively, they have toughness and versatility. Health and chemistry remain the key variables, but on paper, they look like one of the most complete teams in the association. This group has the potential to make a legitimate run to the conference finals and beyond. This offseason feels like a clear statement of intent from the Lakers. By extending Luka and surrounding him with tailored pieces, the front office is signaling that it's time to compete at the highest level. Unlike past years where they leaned on patchwork moves, this summer they addressed clear weaknesses with targeted solutions. The addition of Ayton finally gives them the center they've long been missing, while Smart brings the defensive identity they've lacked. Luka's improved conditioning adds a new layer of confidence that their leader is ready for the grind. The supporting cast with LaRavia's upside provides enough depth to support a deep playoff push. Expectations are high, and failure to deliver will bring criticism because the front office has invested heavily in this group. But if everything clicks, this could be the offseason remembered as the moment the Lakers transformed from pretenders into true title contenders. Ultimately, this offseason feels like the moment where the Lakers stopped experimenting and started building with purpose. Luka Dončic's transformation shows he's ready to lead, and the front office has responded by surrounding him with the right mix of size, defense, and depth. Deandre Ayton fills the void inside, Marcus Smart brings the voice and grit of a proven vet, and Jake LaRavia adds energy and upside that could pay off when it matters most. It's a group that feels built for the long grind of the season and the pressure of the playoffs. Of course, questions of health, chemistry, and spacing will still define how far the team can truly go, but compared to recent years, the Lakers appear more prepared, balanced, and determined than ever. If this roster lives up to its potential, it could mark the start of a new golden era in Los Angeles.